Let me do the yeah.
There you go.
Welcome everybody for the recording. Um, Tonight we have the investor class with Coach TJ. You all are in for a treat. I won't go through the whole thing all over again, but Coach TJ, when you're ready, you can take it away. Class as usual, cameras on. This will be a full throttle class. We expect full participation. If you have any questions along the way, drop it in the chat, raise your hand. Um, Coach TJ is the floor is yours.
What's up, JR?
Hey, hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all give me 1 second. It's funny that I'm teaching an investment class tonight, and I'm actually doing a live trade right now that just came in. So,
Uh-oh, gotta get
and I'm
it,
gonna show
gotta
you
get it.
guys how we actually do it. So, give me 2 seconds.
Gotta get it. Let's see.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all, y'all can unmute. I'm very interactive, so y'all can unmute as long as you got a quiet background.
I'm doing good today.
Good, 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 great,
Good.
great. All right, let me ask you everybody one question. So you can leave yourself unmuted if you have a quiet background. Right now, we're gonna interact for a second because I got to get to know everybody we're talking to. Everybody's high schoolers, teenagers, correct?
Yes.
All right. If you guys listen to nothing an adult ever says to you, I need you to listen to this. Money makes the world go round. Everybody believe that?
Yes.
Here's why. You have bills to pay. No car note you're gonna have rent, you're gonna have a mortgage, you gotta have food, you're always going to have bills. The way you pay bills is with money, correct?
Right. Yes.
All right. So, what is the golden rule of money? Anybody know?
Nope.
All right. Nobody knows the golden rule? Somebody has to know.
What you mean
Okay. How
by
do you say
rule?
your name? Nabisha. How do you say your name? Yep. You.
Sorry. Nabiha.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. I see you
It might
thinking.
be like, spend less than you make,
That is
right?
great. Yep. Good
That's what I
job.
think.
The golden rule of money is it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's why. If you make $2,000 a month and your bills are $2,500 a month, are you winning or losing?
Losing. Losing.
Exactly. So, what you want to do, you always want to make a lot of money, but you want to keep more than you make. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get you guys to jump in as we go along. I love to interact because this is very important. The reason why this is important because I am 53 years old. If you can see behind me, I'm gonna get into my introduction. I'm retired military. I did 24 years in the Air Force. It took me the last 4 years to realize how important money was. Because the reason is, as you make money and you spend money, as long as it's there, you don't even realize that it's gone. Another one of my trade alarms going off. Sorry. As long as you're making money, you have a job, and you have money coming in, and you spend money, you really never realize how much you spend and where it goes. Especially now, you have credit cards and you have debit cards. You can swipe. As you swipe, you do not physically see the money leave your account unless you go look at the account. But the problem with that is you may swipe a lot more than what's in your account. The reason why I say this class is one of the most important classes because at your age, if you guys learn the mistakes of other people like myself, like Coach JR, like Miss C, if you guys learn the mistakes we made as teenagers, you don't have to repeat those mistakes. You guys can get a lot farther than what we did. Now, I'm not saying we have bad lives because I really, and for the record, Miss C, Coach C, as you guys call it, that's my wife. I am the husband. So if I say anything bad about her, it's because I can. But if you guys learn the things we trying to teach you right now, when you get 20, 25, 30 years old, you're going to be a lot further ahead than your peers because a lot of teenagers don't have people teaching them the things we teach you guys. That makes sense?
Yes.
So this is why I say it's very important to learn right now, especially this part investing. If I was taught investing when I was your age, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you guys right now. Not saying that's a bad thing, but my life would be a lot different because I'd have made a lot more different choices. All right, so let's jump into this real quick because I'm not gonna hold you guys long. Miss C, don't forget to tell me when we gotta have a break too, please. Because I forget. Somebody just popped up in the room. Let's see if this works. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right, this is an advanced investing 101. It's really not advanced. It's advanced, I guess, for you guys' class right now, but investing is just like a college course. There's so much. It's like getting a PhD in making money. So this is kind of like the basics of the advanced course. All right, you guys know this statement. You can't use any of this information without S.O.A.R's approval. So Miss Rosie would be very upset if you guys take this information and give it to somebody without her saying okay to it. All right, so now I got to get to know everybody. So this is the part I love right here. So you guys can unmute yourself. Somebody tell me your name because I really mess up names. If you haven't noticed, I got a country accent. I'm from Virginia, so I really talk country and I misspell a lot of things and mispronounce a lot of things. So please, please, please unmute yourself. Tell me your name and how old you are, how you feeling, please. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
You can go.
Oh, sorry. I'm Nabiha. I'm 16 and I'm feeling excited.
Good, good. Next.
My name is Summer, and I'm 17 and I'm being blessed.
Good. Nice to meet you. Next.
My name is Reem, and I'm 18, and I feel tired/excited.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I know how that feeling is. Next.
My name is Roxy, and I'm feeling tired/happy.
Yeah. Next. Come on, the faster you guys talk, the faster I can let y'all go. Come on, come on.
I'm Evan and I'm feeling blessed.
Good.
I'm Jason Ong and I'm feeling tired.
Good. Nice to meet you guys. Come on.
I'm Jaylene and I'm happy.
Good. Nice to meet you, Miss Jaylene.
I'm Stephanie and I'm tired.
Good. Nice to meet you. Next. We got two more.
My name is Evie, and I'm kind of excited.
Oh, okay. Eva, just saw you pop in. Okay. Well, three more, Carolyn, Stephanie, and Isaac. Is that the ones left?
I'm Stephanie and I'm feeling tired.
All right. Carolyn and Isaac, I haven't heard from you guys yet, I don't think. Miss Carolyn, you there?
My name is Caroline and I feel happy.
Is Isaac the last one gonna hold you guys up?
You got Summer too.
No, Summer, she came on already.
Okay.
All right, cool. I got 99%. I'm gonna leave Isaac alone right now because I understand at the end of the day, you guys probably been in school all day. I understand how tired it can be. But I hope I can excite you guys and wake you up. Well, like I said, I'm Coach TJ, retired military, did 24 years in the Air Force. I'm right now a full-time sports official. I do high school basketball and football. I'm also a country boy. Like I said, I love to hunt and fish and all that good stuff. So if you haven't heard the country accent, and I have a millionaire mindset. Mindset is the most important thing you can have Because if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Just think about it. You guys are like right now, we're in a world that I'm talking to you guys from Florida. Is everybody from New Jersey? Anybody not from New Jersey? Where are you from, Roxy?
I'm from Linden, New Jersey.
Okay. So here's the thing. I'm in Florida right now. I'm talking to you guys in New Jersey. This was never thought about when I was your age. No, I had you seen the old dial-up phones where you had to pick the phone up and got the cord and you got to turn the dial to call people. So the world is changing every day. So it's really nothing you can't really do if you put your mind to it. One thing I will tell you, if you're really interested in making money besides investing, think of a problem that you can create a solution to and sell to people. If you think about how people make money, think about the things around you, like your phones, your computers, your clothes. Somebody said, oh, there's a problem in the world. If I create this one thing and sell it to people, I can make a lot of money. That makes sense? That's how money is made. All right. Introduction to investing. Hopefully, help you guys build your financial futures. All right. Look at this picture. Somebody tell me what you see in this picture. What comes to mind when you see the picture?
Social class.
Say again.
Social class.
Okay, what do you mean social class? You can stay unmuted. As long as you don't have you just stay unmuted. See, we're gonna
Okay.
talk a lot. You're gonna get the class going, Roxy. I like that. Let's go. What do you see?
Um,
Social class.
I say social class because there's different people lifted up by different things, some by education, some by money entirely, and others not lifted at all.
Good, nice. Good thought. Good thought. Anybody else?
Mindset.
Yep. What do you say about mindset? What do you see for mindset?
It's kind of like, because like the guy with all his money, that's kind of like his whole identity. And then the guy with only knowledge isn't just has knowledge but isn't putting it into practice. And then the guy with knowledge and money is putting it to some use. And then the guy with nothing isn't even trying to gain knowledge or gain money.
Good job. Good job. I like that. I like that. Anybody else got anything different? Good. Those are great. Those are great. Exactly. That's what you see. Like you said, if you got a lot of money, but you really still can't see anything because you're overlooking the world. If you have a lot of knowledge, you're basically, um, you're basically at the bottom. But if you have the balance, like Miss C always says, you have knowledge and you have money, you can see a clear picture of the world. So this is what we're going to try to do for you guys tonight. Define various forms of investment, distinguish between high and low risk, short term, long term, and some of the basic concepts of a few of the things we're going to talk about. So, what is an investment? All right, anybody can tell me what an investment is?
It's like something you put in money or time and effort to see it succeed in the future.
Yep, exactly. It's an investment in an asset acquired to generate income or appreciate in value. So, whatever you put time, effort, and energy into is an investment. You really get out of it what you put into it. If you don't put a lot of time, effort, energy into it, you're really not going to get a whole lot out of it. It's like studying for a test. Think about it. If you have a test coming up and you don't study and you don't know the information, most likely you're going to fail the test. But if you put an investment in yourself and you study for it, you can make a good grade and pass the test. Pretty much what the goal is for growth and security over time. Once you make an investment, you're looking to grow that investment. And we got different forms. We got stocks, bonds, real estate, and personal development. Has anybody heard of these before? Stocks and bonds? Has anybody not heard of them? Cool. Like I said, these are the types we're going to talk about: stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Stocks is basically the ownership in a company. Um, who can name a company that's big right now that you think you can invest in? What's one company you might can invest in?
Tesla.
Yep, good job. You want a Tesla?
I have a Tesla.
I'm sorry. You're big time. I don't even have a Tesla. What do you work at?
Oh, sorry. What do you mean?
Who bought you a Tesla?
My dad. My
Oh,
dad.
so you might need to be teaching this class instead of me then.
Yeah, maybe.
Congratulations. Well, help me teach this. If I say anything wrong, you can make sure I get it right. Okay. Cool. Yep. Anybody else? What other companies you can invest in besides Tesla?
Apple.
Yep. All right. So, do you think Apple is getting bigger or staying the same?
Um, Probably getting bigger.
What makes them get bigger?
The new they like every year they come up with new products and a new phone, so their stock are gonna go up because more people are gonna be buying like newer phones.
Exactly. So, that's what I want everybody to think about. Great answer. I love that. Which iPhone models do you guys have right now?
I have the iPhone 11.
Okay. Anybody got anything newer than 11,
16 Pro.
I
16?
have the
So,
17.
all right. So right there, think about this for a second. I'm trying to get you guys. I want you guys to really, really think. That's what I'm passionate about this investment thing because the world is changing so fast around you. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss out. Roxy, I like you because I got 11 too. So 11 to 16, that's five different models of iPhone that's probably came out in the last, what, 2 or 3 years. Think about how fast those have changed. So in the next 5 years, what iPhone model do you think they'll be on? Think about
I,
it. 5 years from now.
22.
yeah.
All right. So if you invest in the company Apple right now, let's say I don't know what the stock price is, I didn't look it up, but say the stock price is $100 a share for Apple, and you think they're going to be at iPhone 22 in 5 years, do you think that stock price is going to go up?
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's very, very, very important if you guys think about investing right now, because in 5 years, if the stock price is $100 a share right now, and the iPhone goes up to 22, and that stock price goes up to 400 or 500, do you make money? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think, think about investing right now. This is very important that you think about investing right now because if you're looking to have a, I don't want to say successful life because success is relevant to the person, but like my lady that has the Tesla right now, if you want to buy a car and you have a dream car, you're gonna need money for that dream car. So say if you invest in Apple right now and it goes up and you make money, that'll help you buy your car. The better your investments are, the more things you can buy in the future. Think about it. All right, the other types, so we have life insurance, we have real estate, and we have yourself. And one of the newest things in you guys' era, and that's what I'm gonna show you in a second, is crypto. Anybody know what crypto is?
Isn't it like a form of currency?
Yes, ma'am. It is a form of digital currency. Another thing that's changed. When I was you guys' age, we had banks. We had checkbooks. We really didn't even have debit cards when I was growing up. We had checkbooks. You had to physically write a check. Anybody know what a check is? Is it Rima? Is that why you laughing because I'm telling you how old I am? Are you laughing at me?
Yes, because I got to check back home. Like what?
Yes. Back when I was your guys' age and I had my first job, we had physical checks. Now we got what's called direct deposit. Your job would definitely send your money like right to your bank. You never have to touch a check. Everything I talk to you guys about is gonna be how the world is evolving and it's gonna change over the next 3, 5, and 10 years. So if you start thinking about it now, like I said before, you're going to be a lot further ahead than a lot of your peers because they're not getting this information. All right, we're going to talk about high risk and low risk investments. All right, who thinks high risk is better than low risk? Come on, Roxy, talk to me. I'm gonna keep you engaged. You're gonna keep us going.
I think that it's better to do low risk
Why is
because
that?
because the stability matters more rather than doing a high risk and not knowing for certain like the losses could be so severe. Like you could end up losing more than you even put in.
Good job, good job. But here's the benefits. You have to have a balance. We call it diversification. Basically, you're gonna have a mixture. You're gonna have a mixture of high risk, medium risk, and low risk investments. That's another thing when you're investing. There's an old saying: "Never put all your eggs in one basket." Anybody ever heard that saying before? Meaning they said because, like you say, you don't want to put. Say you got $10,000. You got a birthday present, Christmas present. Your grandmother gave you $10,000 or your parents gave you $10,000. You don't want to put that whole $10,000 into a high risk investment because if the high risk investment goes bad, you lose all your money. So what you want to do is you want to separate it. You might want to do it in thirds. Um, Maybe 3,500 in high risk, 3,500 in medium risk, and 3,500 in low risk. That way your money is spread out across the board that as one goes up and one goes down, they fluctuate. But the potential for high risk, you get better gains. No, high risk, high reward, as they say. Like I said, the growth opportunities, they align with the innovation, like we said, the iPhone, rapidly expanding markets. If you have another company coming out, because Tesla, I believe, was the first electric car company, but now if you look out, almost every car company has an electric car. So everybody's getting into it. And like I said, diversifying your portfolio. You want some high risk stock in your portfolio so it'll grow fast. The benefits of low risk preservation. Like Ms. Roxy said, you may not lose as much money as you do in a high risk, steady income. And the peace of mind, you can sleep at night knowing your money is safe, that you're not going to lose all your money in one day. Short term versus long term. Short term, less than 3 years. Long term, more than 3 years. It's just that simple. You have to develop what you want your money for and when are you going to need it. So pretty much you got all the guys probably going to college, correct? Anybody not going to college? Anybody going to military or anywhere else? Is everybody trying to go to college? Pretty much. So right now, who's a senior?
I am.
Okay, you have one
I
senior.
am.
So okay, good. So for my freshmen, sophomores, you guys got 2 to 3 years. You might be going to college. So right now, that you might want to put it into a a short term investment. That when you go to college, you have money for your moving expenses and different things to buy to decorate your dorm room. For my seniors, you guys might want to do a long term investment. So when you get out of college, it'll help you pay back the student loans if you get them, or help you get your first new car once you get out of college. And the benefits. Benefits of short term is liquidity, that you can actually access your money, flexibility, and like low risk. Now, the benefits of long term is compound growth. It grows over time. So it has a longer period to grow. Tax advantages. When you're dealing with things like real estate or anything that's an asset, you have to pay what's called capital gains taxes on the money that you profit from. So, for instance, I do real estate investing, and I'll show you guys one of the houses we did. For anything that's under a year, you have to pay what's called short-term capital gain taxes. Anything that you hold longer than a year, you pay what's called long-term capital gain taxes. No matter what you do, the government's going to get your money. So it depends on how much you want to give them. You want to hold it for a short term or a long term. And for real estate, it's a tangible asset. something you actually physically have. The income benefits, if you're looking to do rental properties, me and Miss C, we do rental properties. So we have what's called a cash flow coming in every month and leverage. You can use your real estate to leverage if you want to borrow money against anything else. You know, most people that go to a bank to get a loan, they don't have anything that the bank can use. What's it called? Collateral. Does there anybody know? Does not know what collateral means? Everybody pretty much know what that means. Nobody doesn't know. All right. So collateral, I'm tell you anyways. Basically, say if I wanted to loan Roxy money, and I ask her, okay, what can I hold that you have that if you don't pay me back, I can take and I go sell to make my money back. That's what collateral basically is. Let me know when you finish, Miss Roxy. I don't want to go too fast. And I can send you these slides also if you want them. I can send you the slide presentation. That way you can have.
I would appreciate that.
No problem. I'll get your email address and I email them to you. Real estate is my favorite investment. I love real estate. There's just something about it, especially when we do the rehabs on properties and we get to sell them. But it's different types of real estate. Residential. Does anybody know what the two differences are? What separates residential from commercial? Okay, let me ask this question. Does anybody want to get into real estate investing? Okay, Miss Roxy. Do you know the difference in residential and commercial?
Residential is like somewhere where someone will live, and then commercial is like something that has like more like operating in it.
Yes, ma'am. What'd you say, Miss C? Oh, Isaac, you want to get into real estate investing? Cool, cool. Yes, residential, we consider when you look at properties, anything that's a 4 unit property, like a townhouse, 4 townhouses beside each other, are residential. When you get to that fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, they're considered commercial. Also, like you said, McDonald's, Walmart, Targets, those are commercial buildings. And here's some different types of real estate for my real estate investing people. And also, you don't have to want to get into real estate investing to invest in real estate. Real estate next to the stock market has created the most millionaires out of anything that's really out right now. So think about that also. When you're starting to work, you can invest in real estate and you don't have to physically do the real estate investing yourself, like going out and building houses or cleaning them out or anything like that. But you can put some of your money into real estate, just like the stock market. So fix and flip, wholesale, and buy and hold. This is what Miss C and I do. Miss Roxy, do you know what the differences are?
For fix and flip, it's like renovation. For wholesale, it's I don't think I understand that one. Is that kind of like where you get a collector, like a someone to collect money? Like I don't understand the last two, but I do know how fix and flip works.
Okay, yeah. So basically, fix and flip is kind of like what it says. You basically find a property, you fix it up, and you sell it, which is where the flip comes in at. So I'm gonna show you a picture of the one we've done. A wholesale is kind of like you being the middle person. For instance, you have a house to sell, Miss Roxy, and I'll come to you and say, "Hey, you want to sell your house?" And you're like, "Yes." What I would do, I would write a contract between you and and I would take that contract and I would sell it to Isaac. So I would be the wholesaler because I would be the middle person. You know what a realtor is? It's kind of like a realtor, but you're not licensed to do it. Um, and a lot of states are outlawing wholesaling because just like anything else in the world, it was a good thing to come up with, but some people come and make it bad. They will scam people out of money. They will do underhanded deals. So some states are kind of getting away from wholesales. The buying wholes, just like it says, you'll buy a property and you'll hold it. For instance, a rental property, you'll buy it, you'll fix it up, and you'll hold it, but you'll rent it out. That's what considered a buy and hold. Or you'll buy a property, hold it for 1, 2, 3 years, and then you'll sell it. Potential returns for real estate, you have the rental income. Like I said, if you want to do rental properties, appreciation, it goes up in value. Real estate is one of those things as time goes on, it goes up in value. Now, if you see a house and it's not being taken care of, then it's going to depreciate. No, the paint is coming off the sides, the roof is bad, the grass is never being cut, the broken windows, then it'll go down in value. But if you have a house and it's nice and clean, keep the yard cut, every year that house will go up in value. Tax benefits. Real estate is one of the biggest tax benefits you can have also. And that's another thing with you guys. As you get older, taxes are going to go up in the future. Hopefully, we'll get a government that kind of helps us out and gives a lot more tax breaks than we get now, and that'll help you guys out. But right now, taxes are going up. Investing in real estate, and here's some of the things that can be very risky. The market fluctuation, basically, like anything else, it goes up and it goes down. The Big Short, Roxy and Isaac, since you guys want to get into real estate investing, The Big Short is a movie, is my favorite real estate movie. It basically talks about the 2008 real estate crash. And it shows how people manipulated the market and a lot of people lost money because of the crash. Another thing that's risky, the maintenance costs, because as an owner, we have to pay for the maintenance. So if the electricity goes out, we have to find out what's wrong with it and fix it. If shingles come off the roof, we have to get them fixed. If a window breaks, now as a landlord, it all depends on who caused the damage. If the renters caused the damage, then of course we try to get it back from the renters. Vacancies. So if you have a property you're renting out and the people decide to move out, while that property is empty, you have to still pay the bills on that property. And liquidity concerns. It takes a little while to sell a property. Sometimes, 2 to 10 months. Sometimes longer, depends on the property. But if you're in a good area, the house is in good shape, it shouldn't take long to sell. But if something happens in your life and you need money quickly, it may take a while to sell that property to get the money out of. And here's one of the real estate deals. Missy and I was in a real estate course called Make Real Estate Real. And they kind of break down numbers. There's another saying, and again, I like to keep sayings. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So anytime you're doing any transaction, anytime you're doing anything dealing with money, a way to make sure that you're not getting cheated, always do the numbers. Always, 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 numbers have to make sense. So in this example right here, if you look at where it says net monthly income, we'll start at the bottom and work our way back. The net monthly income is how much money that the person that owns this property makes every month renting this property out. So now I'm going to break it down for you. The purchase price for this property is $125,000. So that means whoever is selling this property wants $125,000 for it. Whoever's going to buy it is going to buy it for $125,000. Now the rehab cost is how much it costs to fix this property up. The new flooring, to paint the inside, to put new lightings and all that up to make the house livable. So the total with the purchase price and the rehab cost is $205,000. Everybody with me so far? Everybody tracking? All right. ARV stands for after repair value. That's how much a property is worth once you fix it up. Once you fix it up and you make it livable, the market is saying that property is worth $310,000. Equity is the difference between the ARV and the total amount that you put into the property. So, Ms. Roxy, if you were buying this property and you bought it and you fixed it up, you would already be on the positive side, 105, 100 and what's that, 100 and how do you say it, $5,000. So you're already in the plus. That's another thing. Anytime you do real estate investing, you always want to make sure once everything is done that you're on the positive side. Now, the monthly gross income, once you fix it up, once you get a renter in it, you can rent this property out for $3,200. And monthly expenses, so you're paying your maintenance fee, you're paying your property manager, you're paying your taxes, you're paying insurance. That's your expenses. It's $2,100. Now you subtract 21 from 32, and you get 1,100. So this is why I say real estate investing is a very good thing to get into, because once you get this done, now you have $1,100 coming in every month that you don't have to do anything for, but sit there and make sure that their tenants are not, wrecking your house. That makes sense. Everybody see those numbers? Good. Any questions, concerns, comments so far? Everybody's tracking? Y'all still awake? Good. Cool. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get y'all out here as fast as possible because I know you guys are tired. Now, here's a real life example. This is a property that Miss C and I did. I do what's called creative financing. That meaning I do not have to go to a bank and get a loan to buy a property. We use our own money to buy properties. So what we did, this house right here is actually a friend of mine's house. He unfortunately he passed away last year. But what happened, long story short, he had somebody that was renting the house out, a young man, his girlfriend, and their kid. They end up not paying the rent. Now, he lives in Tampa, Florida. I live in Crestview, Florida, which is about 6 hours difference, and this house is like right across the street from me. So I found out he was having trouble with his house, and I said, "Hey, let me buy the house. I'll fix it up. I'll sell it, and I'll pay your loan off." So the sale price for this house was $198,000. That's how much he owed to the mortgage company to pay it off. His monthly payments was $1,100 a month. So what I did is I took over his monthly payments, and we made monthly payments for 3 months. So that was $3,300. The rehab cost for me to go in and clean it out, to paint it, to get the yard and everything fixed, it was $15,500 plus a $10,000 roof. Well, the roofing company that worked for me, I do not have to pay them until the house is sold. So that money does not come out of pocket up front. But the 3,000 and the 15,000 does. So my total investment for this property was $28,000. Now, once we got it fixed up and we sold it for $284,000. Now you have what's called closing costs. Anytime you buy and sell a property, you have closing costs. So you have to do title work, you have to do inspections, you have to get it recorded at the county and all that stuff. So you have a company called a title company that does all that work. Once I paid those guys off and the $10,000 for the roof, we end up making a profit of $55,700 on this property. Everybody tracking? That makes sense? We did this in 3 months. So in 3 months, we made $55,000. It's another reason why I say real estate investing. Now, every deal is not that much. You might get some to make twice that much. You might get some to make less than that. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys the actual house that we did, because we take pictures of all of our work. So let me grab the house real quick and show you guys the house. We good on time, Missy? All right. All right. All right. Can everybody see the house?
Yes.
So here's the house. Like I said, it's a nice house. It was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. This is the way it actually looked when we got it. We always do before and after pictures of the house. So this is the front yard. You walk up to the front door, see all the trash and dead plants and everything. This is what the backyard looked like. This is how people left the house. They left a little shed with trash in it. So we walk inside the house. This is what the living room looked like. This is the old carpet, mattresses. This was a little girl's room that they had. They had like a little 6-year-old daughter. This was her room. This is how they left the room. The air handler where the air conditioner inside goes. Another picture of the living room. This was part of the kitchen. Plants, blinds dirty. The chandelier, notice right here, all the bulbs are gone. Kitchen dirty. So the very first thing we have to do, this was the garage. One of the bedrooms. So the very first thing as an investor, what we have to do is before we do anything, the very first thing we have to do is go in and clean the entire house out. So we rent a dumpster, take out all the trash. So go in, ripped up all the carpets, clean the kitchen out, took up all the trash. Now, this is what it looks like after we did it. Now, remember the first picture with the way the grass looked? All we did was go out there and water the grass every day. We turned the sprinklers on every day for 3 months, and this is what the grass looked like. Simple fix, right? That costs you no money, well, except for a water bill. This is the backyard. Remember what the backyard looked like? So we went, cleaned everything up, put everything in the dumpster, put a new door up on the back. So this is the inside now. After we went, cleaned it out, and my contractors, we put new floors down. We took all the old carpet up, put new floors down, put new ceiling fans up, put all bulbs in the ceiling fans. This is the kitchen. So, like I said, remember the chandelier that was look dingy? Put all new light bulbs up, clean the kitchen up, clean all the windows up. You see anybody notice the difference in what it looks like now? This
Is
only
a
took
huge difference.
yes, and this only took us like the total investment $28,000 in 3 months' time. And this is just the potential of real estate. This is just one of the properties we've done. Miss C and I, we've done 3 like this, I believe. Just go in, clean the kitchen up, make sure all the appliances work. So that was one of the actual deals Miss C and I done. This is why I love real estate. Now, for my real estate journey, what I do is real estate is really not about buying and selling properties. It's more about who can you find to help that have an issue that selling a property will fix. For instance, in this case, a friend of mine I purchased this property from, he had cancer. He lived 6 hours away. Their renters left the house, wasn't paying their rent. The house was going in foreclosure. I came along and I said, hey, let me buy your house from you. You deal with your health issues. We got the house fixed up. We got the house clean. He paid off the loan. And now his wife doesn't have the burden of dealing with the house. Like I said, unfortunately, he passed away last year. So now his wife doesn't have the burden of dealing with the house. So for real estate, what you want to do is find people that have an issue, and selling a property will help them solve that issue. That's what it's more about. You want to do the break now, Miss C? Ma'am?
You can do it now.
Okay. All right. So you guys take a break real quick. What y'all do? 10 minutes? How you do? 5 or 10?
You do 10 minutes. I come back at 7:30.
All right. So go take a break, stand up, stretch, wake up. We'll see you back in 10 minutes.
change your mind. Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Change your mind. Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Running on a Sunday. You would've thought that it was Monday. You can hear me way before you see me. Rest in peace to Harambe. Yeah, when I drop, it's a fun day. You can all change just in one day. Let me write down what I wanna say to you right now. Let me try now. Can I change your mind? Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Change your mind. Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Do better. Pray that you open this letter. Know that you already fed up. And you sick of me, need a checkup. This is a whole nother level. Why I feel lower than ever. I got an answer that yes, I'm a dresser. And it's pressure. No, I don't want a disaster. But I've been another suggestions. Cause somebody give a direction that don't involve sense, drugs and weapons. Know that they can't be the answer. But I got so many questions. I'm giving you my confessions. Pray you don't use it as a weapon. Change your mind. Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Change your mind. Don't give up on me. I can do better. I know I can. I know I can. Whoa, let's go. I need more of you. I'm undone when I walk in the door to you. You've been speaking, I'm done with ignoring you. Lord, I'm ready to step in the war with you. It's some people you told me to pour into. Like, why does my mind tryna border you? Let me look at the bed that you tore into. Who gon' lead me to freedom? It's only you. I wake up at 7 and scroll till 11 when I know I should be adoring you. I look back and repent. I can't worship no idols, then walk in and kneel on the floor with you. I'm tryna live what I'm rapping on. We on the team, how we do it. The captain on view. What I see, I can't look up to Babylon. I'm tryna speak with my life when they Babylon. He's so holy. Yeah, he coming back in the fall. Straight to our knees and we off in the cross to the king finna praise him like ain't no tomorrow. That ain't one. I laid down my life to the great one. He stepped on the neck of the snake one. He gave me a glass of his love. I drank one. I need some more, yeah. Jesus in my life cause I can't. I need some more, yeah. Jesus in my life cause I can't wait. I need some more, yeah. Jesus in my life cause I can't sleep. I need some more. Need a couple more days by the pool. Need a place where I don't need a tool. More grace cause I stay breaking rules. Gold chains cause I can't afford jewels. I need more than handshakes, fake grins. I need more than pine salt for my sins. I need more than just racks with an M's at. How you even get jack? Where your real friends at? Need some more. People who don't just say that they love me, but when the time come, they gon' actually show up. Not just texting to keep a connection, cause they got the message that I'm finna blow up. Keep me out, said I'm not really Christian, cause I blow prescription and I was like, hold up. All that walking around like you flawless is making me nauseous and I'm finna throw up. I see is the kids with no demonstrations and grown-ups who actually grow up. Not pretending you perfect, but maybe admitting that really you actually toe up. From the flow up, I don't need nothing back when I show up. Why you waiting on blessings to come down? All you need is more praises to go up.
Look at the way that I walk, yeah. Look at the way that I talk, yeah. You should have called it a cross, yeah. You would have called it a loss, yeah. I call it gain, this world is insane, and I want no parts of it. I'm calling this, calling it cost a bit. The price going up, that dollar don't bother the father. Contrition is what he gets, y'all. Broken, I'm hoping he notices, y'all. Focus and poking that golden things, y'all. If I'm a beetle, the linen, he folded it. Easy to yoke, I am owning it, I am not severed, I'm working. Remember the dinner, he broke it and rose again. Look at the way that I walk, yeah. 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 Look at the way that I look at the way that I look at the way that I walk, yeah. Look at the way that I walk, yeah. Look at the way that I walk, yeah. Look at the way that I walk
and I talk. But don't let God can see the spark in my heart. And I'm not here to paint a perfect picture for you. Understand this is more than just art. I'm blood covered in the sea with the sharks, but not ripped apart, I've been set apart. Only two ways to go when it's time to depart. Either up and away or up under the hood like the car ain't start. I ain't sticking with God for the luxuries, but the demons is under me. They get tricky and sticky like honey and bumblebees, trying to go through 100 keys. All of that praying for open doors. Should have been praying for what you need. Let's get a feather and tickle their nose. They looking for blessings, make them sneeze.
Look at the way that I walk, yeah. 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 Look at the way that I walk.
Forth, up and down, back, forth, up and down, back, forth, up and down, back.
Look at the way that I walk. Look at the way that I walk. Look at the way that I talk. Look at the way that I talk. Look, the price going up. Broken, I'm hoping he notices, y'all. Broken, I'm hoping he notices, y'all. Focus and poking that golden things, y'all. Yeah. Look at the way that I look at the way that I look at the way that I walk. Yeah. Look at the way that I walk. Yeah. Look at the way that I walk. Yeah. Look at the way that I look at the way that I look at the way that I walk. Yeah. Look at the way that I walk. Yeah. Look at the way that I walk.
Pulling up deep, I'm never solo. Whole lot of fans in Abu Dhabi, la-di-da-di. Who wanna party? Coming in hot, it's like wasabi. Walking on waves, look like tsunami. I just got back to the A. This for my brothers and they. This for way back in the day. Living on minimum wage. Don't got an M in the bank, but I got enough for the day. My shorty thick, my Bible ripped. I'm young, handsome and saved. Tryna get back to my ways. Turning my pain into praise.
It's hot as hell being foggy rod. It's not easy like that. My ex said leaving her with my biggest L. I ain't see it like that. She needed a shoulder and she could cry on. Couldn't be it like that. Hey, Michael Jackson, I be bad, baby. I'ma beat it. What you say? I put my faith up in Jesus. I said the spirit was on me, they didn't believe it. Then my feet off, I'ma leave it. Love by all the white soccer mama like I'm Regis. I got the vocab, it's a breach. That since failed, I receive it.
Ayy, hot as up on the scene. Young and wavy, ain't no faking my jeans. But Louis V, I had grandeur dreams. My heart is heavy, seen the evilest things. It's so cold, it's a negative degrees. The hate, no, it's a negative disease. I was broke, I had lost everything. But I got hope, I defeated the schemes. Wow. Yeah, turned in my pain into praise. Turned up my ace and we ate. Turn up the bass in this place. Turn me up, take me to space. I'm saying for heaven's sake, when I walk past, see the angel wings. And these robins, I seen all the craziest things. And it's crazy as it seems, they ain't never seen.
I was speaking to my demons, draw the fusion like a yours. I want a million, but make it plural. Go and plat the haters for it. Gold soda, homies played it for us. Pray that my dogs don't use soda. This in my jeans and it's soda. Could never be fraud, I'm not a poser. It ain't my thing to be posing. I'm young, I'm handsome, a check. I still want the enemy dome. Stop calling them demons, they 777, my energy blessed.
Coach T will be on in just a moment. You guys can go ahead and start turning your cameras on. Be interactive. You guys back?
Ho, 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 ho. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Few more minutes and you guys are out of here. Well, Miss Steve said we got a whole nother hour, so I got to slow down. I don't want to keep you guys that long, but you're gonna like the last part. Everybody back. All right, so far, what do we have so far? What's your questions, concerns, comments so far? What do you guys think so far? My mic back up. All right, what do you guys think so far? Somebody give me something. What do you think so far about investing?
Does retirement count as investment or no?
Say again, ma'am.
Like retirement, does it count as investment or no? Like
Yes.
401k?
Yes, that is another form of investment. I don't talk 401ks, but yes, that is in there. You know what? Thank you for saying that. I can put that in the slides. 401ks, if you have a job and they have a 401k,
Yeah.
definitely can contribute to it because that's what we call free money. Um, for instance, if you put $50 in and your company matches the $50, now they're putting $50 into an investment account. Yes, that is absolutely an investment.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, somebody else give me something. We got an hour, so I got to slow down and ask you guys questions now. Come on. Nobody has anything?
With taxes rising, like with taxes rising, how do you feel like the real estate like market is going to be affected?
The real estate market is going to be affected because people that's barely getting by right now are struggling to make their house payments. If taxes goes up, that means the house payment is going to go up. So it's going to affect them negatively. So for instance, if your house payment is $2,000 a month and say the yearly taxes, because what happens is when you make a mortgage payment, your taxes and insurance are included in that mortgage payment. So say your taxes are $150 a month, taken out of that $2,000. If your taxes go up to $250 a month, now your mortgage payment goes up to 2,175. If you're already living paycheck to paycheck and your mortgage goes up and taxes goes up, it's going to make it harder for people to live. This is why investing is so important. This is why budgeting is so important because you budget for things like that. No, I'm going to show you guys a chart here in a second about budgeting, but great question. That makes sense. What else? Somebody else got something. Oh, Roxy has something.
Oh, I was gonna ask, can't you because you're talking about long-term investments, can't you use the long-term investments that you get after, because you said for the seniors they could invest long-term, and then after, can't you take that money into putting it into an investment for a house to then get your net profit afterwards? Or
Yes.
how are you able to pull your money out of your investments?
It depends on which investment vehicle that you have. If you have stocks, you have to sell the stocks. Crypto is the same way. If you do crypto investment, you basically sell your investments. If you have it in your 401k or your IRA, you have to go and just make a request for withdrawal to pull it out. So it all depends on what type of investment account that you have, how you pull the money out. That makes sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, one more. Somebody that hasn't spoken up a lot. Give me one more. Somebody has a question. Nobody has a question about investing. My feelings are hurt. I thought everybody would have a lot of questions. Is Stephanie? Is that how you say it? She's like, why you calling me? You don't have a question? No. Okay. How do you say the other one? The Bah Nabih. Tesla. I'm gonna start calling her Tesla. Which Tesla do you have?
Cybertruck.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get another one? You get the self-driving one?
Yeah.
So where do you live at?
Houston.
Oh, you in Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, I might see you then. I got my cousin. I got family living in Houston. We're supposed to come out there and visit this summer.
Well, can I ask what kind of trading do you do?
I do crypto trading. I'm gonna show you guys the charts here in a second.
Oh, really?
There's
I
a
saw something
there's a
pop up.
question in chat. How much
Oh,
money do you need to start investing in stocks?
do. That is a good question. It is your tolerance level. Everybody can start with different amounts of money. I would say, honestly, start with if you can start with $20 a month, just get started. Because as you get older, as you make more money, you can increase your investments. That's one of the issues. A lot of people, how they hurt themselves. They'll be like, well, when I get more money, I'll start investing. Because people think you need a lot of money to start investing. One of my initial accounts, when I really started investing, it was like $50 a month. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have $50 a month. But if you think about it, you have Netflix subscriptions, people got subscriptions to magazines they don't use. People go to Starbucks every day and spend $10 a day on Starbucks. Investing is a sacrifice. But what I tell people, especially young people, the more you sacrifice now early in life, the more you will have later on. You are the sum of your 9 closest friends. And I really didn't believe that at first, but if you think about it, if you have 9 other friends around you and you guys hang out all the time, you guys are on the phone all the time, and those 9 friends are not really trying to do anything productive, it's going to be hard for you to do anything productive because you're going to feel like you don't want to be an outcast. Peer pressure is real. Now, a lot of people, it happens unconsciously to a lot of people because I have friends. I had to realize that we were riding motorcycles. I ride motorcycles too. We were riding motorcycles. We would go out and do a lot of things, but we weren't doing anything productive with our money. Now that I'm older, I see it. I'm like, wow, all the money I spent just blowing it on things I could have been investing in, I could be a lot further along now. All right, let's get back to the slides real quick. Another thing that I love is life insurance. I can't share, Miss C. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there you go. I got it.
Well, so yeah, right.
All right, can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Does everybody know what life insurance is or what it's for? Okay, somebody tell me what life insurance is for.
It's like money given to like your like children or your significant other after your death to like help them process or like deal with issues after.
Yes, that is a big part of it. Um, Really, it should be called it should be called life and death insurance because when somebody passes away, you have to have a funeral, you have to do a cremation, however your religion tells you to go on to the next chapter, but that's going to cost money. The problem today is in a lot of families, middle class, lower class families, when somebody passes away, they don't have the funds to bury the person, to have a funeral, and they go start what's called a GoFundMe account. Does everybody know what a GoFundMe account is? GoFundMe has made more money. And I should have looked the stat up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on the next slide. They have made more money off of poor people because to use GoFundMe account, they charge you a fee. And think of how many people use GoFundMe account. If you think about all these accounts like GoFundMe, I think Cash App, and all these apps, they all charge fees. And this is why I say, if you think about the world around you, when you get off this investment this weekend, Go look at things you use every day. Go look at the different things around you and see how much they're making off everyday people. Warren Buffett is a favorite investor of mine. Have you guys heard of Warren Buffett before? Has anybody not heard of Warren Buffett? Never heard of Warren Buffett? Okay, write that name down and go Google who Warren Buffett is. Warren. How you spell Buffett, Missy?
Buffett.
Yep, there you go. Google who that guy is. And Google what he did with Coca-Cola. Everybody know what Coca-Cola is? You know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Well, if I'm not mistaken, what he did is he bought stock in the Coca-Cola company. And I believe what he did is he raised the price of a bottle of Coke by like 1 penny. If Coca-Cola sells, say, 1 million bottles of Coke every day, he raised about 1 penny. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Roxy, what'd you find for me?
Okay, I read it directly because I don't know how to word it. Okay, Warren Buffett through Berkshire Hathaway invested approximately 1.3 billion in Coca-Cola between 1988 and 1989, holding a 9.3 stake, 400 million shares. He has held this position over 3 decades, generating immense gains, over 2,000% total return, and massive annual dividends. As of 2025, the 400 million shares generates roughly 860 million in annual dividends, which means every day he makes $2.23 million.
Every what?
Every day.
Every what?
Every day.
That sounds like a lot of money.
A ton.
This is why I promise myself that I want to touch as many teenagers as I can to get them to see things like that in the world. This is why investing is important. Now, think about what you guys can do with half of that money. Think about what I tell people is don't think about the money aspect of it. Think about the opportunities that having money will give you. What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of car do you want to drive? No, some people are already driving Tesla, so I can't talk to her already. She's already driving a Tesla. But think about the things you want to have. Think about places you want to go. Now, here's another one for you. And I have some good friends that I really just I beat in the head about this. If you go somewhere, if you go on a vacation and you see this for the ladies, you see this dress that you absolutely love. You know, for the guys, a shirt or shoes that you absolutely love. The worst thing in the world you can do is be somewhere and say, wow, I wish I could buy that, but I don't have enough money. That is one statement that you want to get out of your vocabulary as soon as possible. You want to be able to go somewhere and do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, without having a financial burden over your head. I had so many friends we've been on vacation with, and they go and they want to do things and they can't because they didn't budget for it and they don't have the money for it. This is why I say money makes the world go round. All right, enough of that again. So yes, life insurance helps you bury your loved ones, significant others, and like he said, once life goes on for everybody that's still here, you still have to function because when somebody dies, they leave bills behind. Like I said, the mortgage payments, the car payments. You might have kids. Some people pass away early and still got kids in college you have to pay for. But there's different types of life insurance. Also, I work in all three of these. I have a business partner. We actually sell life insurance, and we sit down with people. We determine what their budget is and what their goals are for the life insurance. IULs, Index Universal Life Insurances, they are actually investment vehicles within a life insurance policy. The reason I love this and whole life because you can use these two life insurances while you're still living. What happened to my business partner? once he got his life insurance policy, he ended up getting in a car crash. He broke his collarbone, his femur. He was out of work for 6 months. He was able to go into his life insurance policy and borrow $60,000 to pay his household bills. Because those of you who drive, you have car insurance, so that will pay for your car. But without other insurances, you still have your regular bills to pay. All right, crypto. Here's the new one that I added just for you guys. You guys are my first crypto class, and so see how this goes. What I need to add and change. Like you said earlier, Mr. Roxy, it's a digital money. It's not physical. You cannot hold cryptocurrencies in your hand. So people are like, well, how do I get them? Great question. Cryptocurrencies are held in what we call exchanges. There are a few different types of exchanges out right now. Does anybody know any types of crypto that's out right now? Have you guys heard of crypto? Anybody know what the different types are, different coins is out right now?
Is it one of them Bitcoin?
Yep. Bitcoin is like the biggest one out right now. Bitcoin is the coin of crypto. And here's a crazy story. I had a chance 14 years ago to invest in crypto when it was like $200. Does anybody think I invested in crypto 14 years ago? No, I did not. Because I had nobody on the other side of a camera like I have you guys to tell you to invest in stuff. Right now, crypto is at $74,000 for one. I had a chance to invest in it when it was $200 for one. But guess what? Nobody told me about investing or about crypto, so I had no idea what it was, how it worked, and how to buy it. That's what I said before. If my investment strategy was different, if I had somebody like me to tell me what I'm telling you guys, I would probably not be here. But I'm glad I'm here. So now I can help you guys get somewhere that I didn't at the time, but I'm getting there now. But yes, they're held in what's called exchanges. Or exchanges are banks for crypto. You cannot physically touch it, you cannot physically see it, but it's on what's called the blockchain. The blockchain is where crypto moves back and forth. That makes sense? And here's how crypto trades. These red and green little things you hear are called candlesticks. As you see, they go up and they go down. This is how crypto works. This bottom line right here is called a support line. So basically how the other countries' economy is going, how crypto and the stocks move. Like right now, we're at a war right now. So the economy is kind of down because it takes so much money to fight a war. So many countries can't get products. So the economy kind of goes down. So it kind of affects the market. So everything's kind of going down. So the red means bad. But here's a great thing about crypto. You can make money on crypto when it goes down, and you can make money when it goes up. How you do that? This first line up here is we call the can't remember the name for it. I'm going to look it up. But anyway, if you're at the top, this first circle right here, and you see a crypto that you like, and you put your money in for it right now, if you say, you know what, I believe that crypto is going to go down over the next few hours, and you bet your money, so to speak, that it's going to go down, as it goes down, you make money. Now, the thing about crypto is very, very, very volatile. That means it can change within like a less than a second. So it's something that you really, really, really have to watch because you can lose $10,000s or lose all your money within like seconds. That's why when you invest in crypto, you have to be very careful and you really have to dig into it and research it and study it or get with somebody to know what they're doing. Now, the other thing, like I said, you can make money as it goes up. So if you put your money in up here and you bet it's going to go down, as it goes down, once it hit a certain point, you can sell it and get your money out and you make money. Now, just the opposite, if you want to say, okay, you know what, I'm looking for a crypto that's going to go up. If you get in down here at the bottom, when you say buy here and it goes up, once it gets to a certain point, you can sell it and make your money. Now, what happens is, say you buy here, let's reverse these. Say you buy here and you say, you know what, I think it's going to go up. But instead, it goes down first, then you will lose the money you put in. So you really, really have to watch the market for crypto. And now I'm going to show you guys some live crypto trading, what I actually do. This might make it interesting for you. Yep, I'm going to talk about that in a second, ma'am. As soon as I find my charts, I hope I'm still logged in. Yep, we're still logged in. All right, so here's the first screen. Can you guys see the screen? All right,
Yes.
what we trade crypto in what's called codes. These numbers right here are called crypto codes. And the way crypto trades is in pairs. And I'm going to show you guys the pairs on the next chart. Like she said, Ms. Rex said, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin trades against like the US dollar. So Bitcoin is BTC and the US dollar is USD. So those two pairs when you trade in, the account that I have will get a code every day. So once we get this code right here, we will go in and put this code in our exchange. So now I'm going to show you the exchange that we use. So this is the exchange that we use to actually trade crypto. This is what a real life crypto exchange looks like. You see here in the corner, like I said, we trade crypto in pairs. It trades against, like Ms. Roxy said, it has BTC. Now here's some of the other coins. This one right here is called XRP. That is a crypto coin. Dodge, you guys, well, I know Miss Tesla, you heard of Elon Musk. Elon Musk had a Dogecoin that was out. Shiba is another coin, Ethereum. So these are different coins that we trade against. So you see here how it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So what we do is we take the code that I just showed you. We input that code right here. And once we hit confirm, it goes to a trade order. And this is the last order that I put in. It says pending. It takes sometimes 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or sometimes maybe an hour for it to go through. But the trade I just made, once I put that code in and hit confirm, once that trade goes through, I will make $16. Nobody looks excited. Does everybody have the calculators out? All right, everybody get your calculators out. And I want to tell you why that $16 may not seem like a lot, but we do this every day. So do 16 times 30. What do you come up with?
480.
480. Okay. Now let's go back. Do 1,500, 1,500. Times 0.013. What do you get? 19.5. Okay. The reason I said 1,500 is because this investment account that I'm showing you guys right now, I started this with $1,500. This investment account makes 1.3 interest daily. Every day, whatever's in that account will make 1.3%. So for the first day, it made what, $19, right? Now, what we do is it's called compounding. So now do 1519 times times a 0.013. Did I do that right? Let me see. Yep. So now the next day is going to make that much. So every day that this compounds, the money gets added to my account. So now 19 times 30 is what?
570.
Yep. Now 570 times 12 is what?
$6,840.
So in 1 year, for me investing $1,500 and not doing anything else, it's going to make a minimum of $6,000. But now you got to think about it. Every day it makes money, it gets added to that 1,500. So now here's some good math for you. The money, it doubles every 40 days, right? So every 40 days, 1,500 will double. So the first, they'll double to 3,000, and the next 40, 3,000 will double, right? So here's where it gets fun at. This is going to double 7 times, right? Everybody with me? So do 1,500. I want to see who get this right. All right. Does everybody got calculators? I want all you guys to do. Does everybody calculate? Okay, so put it in the chat. Nope, nope. I don't want you to show me, Roxy. I know you can get it. So here's what I want you to do. Do 1,500 times 7 number twos. So 1,500 times 2 times 2 times 2, 7 times. So 1,500 times 2, 7 times. That makes sense? So 1,500 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 7 times. And put it in the chat what you get. Roxy looked, she's like, what? You understand what I'm saying? One, two. I see 2 people got it so far. 3. Good. Yep. If you guys, the ones that haven't done it, if you look in the chat, they'll tell you the answer. So somebody tell me. So we got 192,000 off a $1,500 investment for a year. Who doesn't know what compounding investments mean? So I can explain it to them.
Compounding investment means like the longer you use it, the more it'll like give back to you.
It basically doubles. So for the 1,500 I invested to put in, on the first day it made the $19. So now the $19 gets added to the 1,500. So now you're investing the 1,519. So the next day, say it makes another 20. So now every day that it invests, it gets added. Now, who thinks 192,000 is a good amount of money to make for a year? See why investing is so important? And that's just now think about if you know now take the 192,000 and invest in something else. Do you think you can buy the car you want? You can live in the house you want? You can buy the clothes you want? This is why investing is so important. This is why it's been my goal to try to help as many teenagers and young people as possible to invest. Does anybody work? Anybody here work? Who has a job? Anybody? Nobody has a job? Y'all got it made. I shouldn't have had to work when I was y'all age. But okay, does that make sense? So this is real life investing right here. This is actually what I'm doing right now. Now, come back in November, come back in 7 months and I can tell you how it went. Yes, ma'am, Miss Roxy. You got a question?
I was
So
gonna ask, oh, sorry. I was gonna ask, like, for the 1.5K that you put in all at once, would you have made the same amount if you invested like the same amount but in different times?
no, I'd have made more because I just started this investment. If I'd have started this investment last year, I would be a lot further because the investment starts where you started. That makes sense. So if I did put this 1,500 in January, I would have January, February, March, three more twos to multiply besides the seven. The reason I picked 70 is because from now to December, that's how many times that 1,500 is going to double. So if I'd have started in January, you can add three more twos to that, so it would double three more times. That makes sense. So what I tell people to invest in crypto, most companies you have to be 18 or older. But if you got parents that trust you and you want them to start investing, you can start an investment account and let your parents just start it up for you. Um, I was trying to see if this was going to change while we were on the call. 'Cause I wanted to show you what it looks like once it changes. Okay, so these are the last four investments that I've made. This is what it looks like. So if you see here, is it's been basically a $10 profit, and this was just today. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So just today, when I said that, give me a second, I was on a call. This is what I was doing. So just in the last hour and a half, I made $40. Yes, ma'am.
For the code that you get every day, what if you didn't put it in for a day?
If you don't put it in, then your money just doesn't invest. So you have to put it in. This one, and I'm going to show you another one here in a second. This one right here, you have to manually put the code in every day for it to invest. Um, so I started this account yesterday. This is my live account, so nobody copy and paste my URL and try to log into my account because I know you did it. But this is my live account. I started this account. This is the account. This is why I picked 1,500 because I started this account yesterday with $1,500, and in one day I've made $113 in one day just with this account. I wanted to show you guys something live that I'm actually doing right now. Now I want to show you my other one. What? Why? Against who rules? Miss C is talking to me. Come here, I can't hear you. Hold on. Where you at? Hold on 1 second. Gotta find the other account. Do 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 do. you cannot afford to lose. So I'll say that again. Build your investment strategy. Seek professional advice. I am not a professional. I am not a licensed advisor. I am not a professional. I am an investor. Everything I do is for informational purposes only. I can show you what I'm doing personally, but you have to do your own research and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Create a diverse portfolio. You want to spread it out: stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, 401ks. You want your money spread out. Like I said, never put all your money in one place. Monitor it and adjust it. See how it's working. One thing may be working, one thing may not be working. So if the one's not working, if you want to move your money to something else, by all means. We talked about this earlier, the purpose of money. Like I said, the way I look at money, what I say is my money is here to make more money. Now, one of my mentors, we look at it like little soldiers. You want to send your money out to fight little wars and bring back more money. So here's the budgeting rule. This is just a idea of how you want to spend your money. Well, I'd said before, you want to make sure that you keep more than you spend. Here's the kind of way you can break it down. If you look at this, if you look at your paycheck, or if you look at whatever money you come in, look at it as 100%. No, you want to make sure, no, maybe 50% go to your needs. This is the things you're going to need every day to survive: groceries, housing, utilities, cell phone, car payment, health insurance. No, you look at 30% of things you want. If you want clothing, if you want to eat out, if you have hobbies, then the 20% saves and investing. I flip these two numbers around. I do 30% savings and investing, and I do 20% for shopping and dining out. Some days it may be 50% needs and 50% investing. My goal now is the next 2 to 5 years, I want to make enough money that I don't have to work anymore, which I don't work now. I'm actually retired. So I really don't have a 9 to 5 job. I don't go punch a clock. I work for Miss C, actually. That's how I usually put it. But we do real estate investing. We do coaching, things like this with other people. You want to have a budget. And here's the best way to have a budget. You want to write everything down. You write down the best way to do it, but it's not on this one. I need to change this slide. But how much money you make every month? You put, like, say you put it up here in the top. Then what you do is you go down and you put down everything you spend money on. Once you have everything you spend money on, you subtract it from how much you actually make, and that will tell you how much you have left over. Always write things down to keep track of it, to keep a log of it. You want to see where your money is going. And also educate yourself. Read. Just like Miss Roxy did for us. She went and looked up Warren Buffett, and those numbers, I think, really impressed her a lot. You want to go research things. You want to go read things. You want to always be learning. Always be learning. And here's some of the books I've read. Trash Man, The Cash Man by Myron Golden. This is actually Myron Golden. Miss C and I actually met him. He lives in Tampa. He has a live studio. Actually, if you want to learn it, the thing I love about Myron is he teaches business off of biblical principles. I tell people the Bible is not about religion. A lot of people try to force the Bible on people and they try to make it about religion, and it's really not. The Bible is about a book of principles. If you live by those principles, it'll help you in life to be successful. And that's what Myron teaches. And that's why I love talking with him. His other book, Boss Moves, Business Optimization Success Secrets, he basically tells you how to run a business. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, he basically breaks down his biological dad was poor, and he had his dad's friend that he called a rich dad. He shows how they live two separate lifestyles. Think and Go Rich. This is just a few of the books, but you can always Google or go to Amazon and put in success books, or business books, or investing books. Here's a couple of more other my mentors. Anthony O'Neill, he's a business coach. Eric Thomas, I followed him. Inky Johnson. The thing I love about it, everything with success is about a story. Each one of these guys tells a story. My goal is to write my book one day and tell my story. Um, and for you guys to know real quick, my story is I almost died 4 times in my life since I've been here. Now, I was born a breech baby, which I came out feet first, and I almost died. When I was 5 years old, I almost drowned on a family vacation. When I was in middle school, the bus that I used to ride home got hit by a bus. Um, Fortunate enough, I was taken off that bus when it was leaving the school. I'm sorry if I said bus hit by a bus. I'm sorry, bus hit by a train. Thanks, Miss C. The bus I was on got hit by a train. The bus driver ended up passing away, unfortunately. And the latest, when I was in Iraq, when I was in the military, my convoy got attacked, and my best friend got killed right behind me. So I've had a lot of near death experiences. Sorry, that's why I feel it's important for me to teach young kids now the things I've been through to try to help them to grow in life. Anthony O'Neill, he was homeless at 25. He lived in his car. Eric Thomas, he was homeless at 16. Now he's the #1 motivational speaker. Inky Johnson, if you notice his little sleeve on his arm, he was the top recruit coming out of college to go to the NFL, and he got in an accident. Well, he got hit in like the second to last game of his college career. He couldn't go to go to the NFL. Jamal King, he's my real estate mentor. He was a Chicago police officer. His dad was a cop. His mom was a cop. His brother was a cop. So he followed the cop trail. But what happened? He was supposed to go to the NFL. He ended up getting hurt in college. But what he wanted the lifestyle of an NFL player. So he got into real estate. And he became, they call him the 9 to 5 millionaire because he became a millionaire while doing real estate while he was a cop making $14 an hour. Myron Golden, he got polio as an infant, so he has a brace on his leg from his hip down to his ankle. So you guys can Google and YouTube, just YouTube all of these guys, and you can hear their stories and they can tell you their success secrets. But most importantly, one of the things that Eric Thomas always asks, like, what is your why? Like, why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to make a lot of money? Why do you want to have the best things in life? And here's mine. This is my favorite Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a future." This is my grandfather. My grandfather was 93 years old when he passed away. My grandfather could not read or write, but he ended up paying for his own funeral when he passed away. When he was about 70, 75-ish years old, he started saving money because my grandmother had died a few years before, and my family couldn't bury her. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, how people have to go get a GoFundMe accounts or borrow money. That was my family. We didn't have the money to bury my grandmother. My grandfather promised us that would not happen to him. So at 70-ish years old, he started saving money. So for over the next 20 years, he saved enough money to be able to pay for his own funeral and give money back to the family. Now, this was a guy that could not read or write, had a second grade education, but he knew how to handle money. Of course, you guys know Miss C. I don't know if she told you her story, but she had brain surgery 4 years ago. She was going through rehab and everything. She's still rehab right now, but she's great. And this little handsome little devil right here is my grandson. I want to make sure by the time he goes to college, when he buys his first house, when he gets married, that he has the money to make sure those things happen. So the way I invest now, and we have 5 kids with me and Miss C. We have 3 girls and 2 boys total. And I try to teach them these things that I'm teaching you guys. Because, like I said before, if I would have had somebody in front of me 14 years ago when Bitcoin was at $200 and now at 74,000, I would be in a different place. And this is why I share so much with everybody and for young adults. And hopefully you guys got something out of it. So thank you. One of Eric Thomas's favorite quotes that I love to read is when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So in order to hear that quote, if you Google or YouTube Eric Thomas and put in the Guru story, Guru story, you will hear the story that he tells about this quote. So thank you all again for coming out after a long day at school or work. And I know you guys are tired and everybody's ready to go. So I will open it up. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, any last thoughts?
I really love this class. I just want to say that.
Thank you, thank you. And if you want, Miss Roxy, put your email. You have an email address?
Yes.
Put your email address. If anybody want the slides, or if anybody want my contact information, put your email address in the chat, and I will send you an email, and we can stay in touch. And like I said, I will help you guys if you want to start investing, if you want to share with your parents, if you're under 18. If you're 18, you can actually invest on your own. Any other questions, concerns, comments, thoughts, complaints? If not, I will turn it back over to Ms. C. I'm getting the email addresses out of the chat right now. So, Ms. C, I will turn it over to you while I am getting the email addresses, ma'am.
All right, thank you, scholars. For tonight, the survey is in the chat. Once you complete the chat, put a D, excuse me, once you complete the survey, put a D in the chat and you are free to go for the night. And I will see you guys tomorrow, actually.
I have a question.
Go right ahead, Summer.
Is the trip still on for Friday?
I can double check for you. Talking about the college tour, Summer?
Yeah.
Let me check. I can check really quick for you, actually.
All right, and for the emails I got, I am sending you guys the slides right now. I'm going to put my phone number in the email also. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, text, or I will call. If you really, like I said, if you want to get into the investing side, I will definitely help you out. And like I said, nice meeting everybody. Thank you all again. I look forward to talking to you later. Everybody have a good day in school tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.